Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer for tonight's double anti-bingo play-in race for our 2-in-1 runners. We have 6 slots available. 7 runners enter. 6 runners leave. We had 2 runners go 3-0, and we have 7 at 2-in-1 for 8 spots total in the brackets. Tonight on our stream, we've got Demon Frog, Luffy DV, and Jay Scheidel. Our required bingo, if you're not familiar with how double anti-bingo works, you've got to have 2 bingos. One of them is chosen for you. The other one you can pick yourself as you run the seed. Our required bingo is purchase 5 HP restoring spells, defeat Lich 1, talk to 7 dwarfs in the Dwarf Cave, defeat Bracken the Kraken, and take 1 thief to level 25. I'm DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me here in the booth is Autumn Out of Habit. How we doing, Autumn?
Doing pretty good tonight. Would be doing a little bit better if I had one more win and were one of the runners running tonight, but at 1 and 2, that means you get to hear me talk instead.
Yeah, I didn't even enter this. I did some of the preliminary runs, but I was going to be an 0-3 speed bump. I was going to be even less of a speed bump than Lich 1.
Oh, that is just not talking so highly. And I am noticing, we were talking a little bit prior to the stream at what we were expecting to see from our parties here, and it looks like everyone has agreed that... Oh no, there is one difference. I was looking at this and they all agree, they just have it in different orders. So we've got everybody on our restream running a Thief, Black Belt, a White Mage, and a Black Mage.
That is exactly what I expected to say.
And it looks like Demon Frog may have named a Black Mage after me.
And yeah, we've got so on your bingo card, you'll see Demon Frog in red. You'll see Jay Scheidel in blue. You'll see Luffy DV in that kind of teal. And we are off. Heading into Corneria. Let's see what our white magic is. We've got Heal 3, Heal 2, and Fade at level 1.
That is what you like to see, especially with needing 5 HP restoring spells. You know that you have 2 right off the bat. Fade at level 1 is always nice. Ice 3 over in the Black Magic shop, also great.
Yeah, and Lit 2 and Zap.
That is a good call for if we are going for the cast a spell of every element. We've already got 3 of them.
Yeah.
And we've got some Chainmail plus 5 available.
Real cheap, too.
Yeah, 15 gold, and that is going to give a good boost to our Thief in terms of survivability.
Now, I did not notice what the item shop looked like. And Demon is headed straight for Dwarf Cave.
Looks like nothing of consequence over in the item shop.
And he talks to Hooray Dwarf, he gives the people what they want. And I believe that's 7 dwarves.
That sure does look like 7 dwarves, and it looks like Demon Frog is also agreeing with us that was 7 dwarves.
So let's talk about some of these flags. Meanwhile, Scheidel heads up for Garland, and is not going to do Garland boxing.
And I blinked and I missed what Sardar gave us over there.
Oh,
on
I missed it
Demon
too.
Frog's screen. Meanwhile, Luffy DV is digging into Cardia.
We get an herb and a ship from Sarah and the King.
So we get a fetch quest and a waste of time.
Do you want to have a fetch quest?
I mean, I think the answer to that is always no. Also, looking back in the item shop, we've got houses for 1644, so housing market not being kind to our runners today.
That's not bad. That could be a lot worse. We have a Dargon Sword -4 and Dargon Armor +4. Shidell's over there taking out the pirates.
It looks like we are going to have our first runner possibly buying everything in the Oasis. Over on Luffy DV's screen, we're about to see what the Sages have. Bottle coming
And
out of Vicky.
And a chime from the Circle of Sages.
You know, I'm not even sure if we need that chime. Looking over the bingo card, we don't have Sky incentivized, and I don't see anything that would give us a reason to head over there. And it looks like Sarda had the cube, so doubling down on that.
There's an important question in chat. What are the Blursings? So the fighter gets plus 30 hit points, katana, but thief weapons. Thief gets red mage armor, 20 strength, but minus 10 agility. Black belt can use X-Cal, gets fighter strength, and minus 5 luck. Red mage gets black belt vitality, 40 HP, minus 10 vitality. White mage gets resist poison, earth, death, time, and status, 10 MDef, and minus 10 vitality. Black mage gets 15 agility, 20 MDef, minus 5 luck.
And one thing I caught on Luffy DV's screen is that level 6 white magic does have the wall spell, so if our runners don't come across a ribbon, that could be a little bit of survivability going into Topher if Topher doesn't want to play nice.
Which Topher rarely does.
Yeah, also have Harm 3 at that level, which I note because these flags do have White Mage Harm spell will damage all enemies. So that is an option on the White Mage that all of our runners are running. And another noteworthy party flag is we also have lockpicking at level 24. We have to get the Thief to 25 anyway, so the key is also going to be an item that our runners are not really hoping to see.
And we do get Bane at level 2. Level 2 black magic. Okay, Sarda has the cube.
And it looks like all of our runners now are just sort of retracing one another's steps, so we're not getting anything that we haven't seen yet.
So, some other notes on the flags. We have the Hall of Dragons is a thing, where that hallway that goes down to Bahamut is an encounter zone, and it's all dragons. Okay, we've got herb turn in. That herb becomes adamant.
So that'll be a slightly more efficient way of getting that 7 dwarf incentive. By going over with the adamant and being able to do that. Also, we've got a pro ring plus 5 out of Cardia.
That's a nice find.
Absolutely something that you like to see, especially early on.
We also...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Saying mostly going to Cardia just to look for gear or just money to get the magic that we need?
We do have a couple of the flags that we do have are multi-instrumentalist Sarah, obviously on Luffy's side. We get free loot. We get free loot. We get free airship. We also have marsh and desert tiles are damage tiles.
And they can kill.
And damage tiles do 1 extra damage. The last one.
Also, one thing to note is that we did get a slab pickup.
Yes, we have a slab.
I believe that was the adamant turned into the slab, so we are turning our fetch quest into a fetchier quest. And Demon Frog making his way up to Gaia to
and
turn
Gaia's
in
got
the
pro rings.
Got pro rings and gold minus 4, but they're only 7k. Still one better than a silver, so depending on how the silver rolled. And we've got Nuke down at level 4 as well as Fast and Lock.
And did Luffy just box Garland?
I'm going to say no, just
because he didn't light it
mark
up.
it.
And
we've
our
got
bottle turns into a crayon, so that fetch quest turns into another fetch quest.
fetch quests for days. My main reason for thinking Luffy didn't do Garland boxing is just how quickly he got through there.
There is that.
And looking at what we have on the board,
We also have
I-
Quad X at level 3 for black.
Yep, and then Life 2 was level 4, White Mage locked, but we have the White Mage, so that's good. So far, early magic is just stacked at all of the levels. Invis 2 and Cure 3 at level 3. One thing to note, though, we have not seen Quake yet, so if our runners are looking to do Column 5, which getting everything from the caravan suggests that that's at least on the radar, we're not sure what level that's going to roll. And Jay Scheidel showing us another of our flags that's on. We do have the flag to flip or reverse dungeon floors. We've got a reverse Marsh 2, which is never fun to deal with.
Well,
Oh.
Marsh itself is not fun to deal with.
That's true. You don't want to go to Marsh if you don't have to, and I just noticed that Silvers, which are in Elfland, they rolled -5, so that's actually making those gold -4s look a little bit better.
Yeah, gold -4 is now the equivalent of a silver +1.
And we're going to get a ruby out of Astos here, as Demon Frog taking that fight.
And we're going to continue to get more fetch quests.
We are, and Titan is incentivized, so at least we'll get that.
And everyone has talked to the dwarfs in the dwarf cave. And everyone
Hooray
talked
indeed.
I agree with Classic Gamer in the chat. You don't want to go to Marsh even if you do have to. You just go anyway.
That is the truest thing I have ever heard. Luffy translating the slab. Looking forward to seeing what that turns into.
And
Always feels bad when there are so many items you don't need when you have to go take the walk to Lefane and find garbage there. And we've got plenty of items still that we might not want.
And I will note that there are a couple of bingo squares that I am disappointed not to see on here. I am disappointed not to see Putt Putt Boat Race. And that's a crystal out of Titans. I'm disappointed not to see Putt Putt Boat Race. I'm also disappointed not to see Lupa Lupa.
Oh yeah, Lupa Lupa is always a fun one.
Talk to a Lefanish before you translate the slab.
I find that square can get a little dangerous too, because if you forget to go do that early, that can cost you whenever you translate the slab and realize you locked yourself out of it.
Yep.
And we get a tail
Ribbon
from Matoya and Ribbon and Lefane.
So that was not something that was not a trash item.
Now the question is, are we going to need that tail? It really depends on where Quake is going to land. Or where Brack is going to land, rather.
Yes, it depends on where Brack lands. It also depends on where the other hit point restoring spells land. Because if the hit point restoring spells are somewhere that are White Wizard promotion locked, then that tail's going to be important.
Yeah, I know we've seen 4 of them because we had Heal 3 and Heal 2 at level 1, Cure and Cure 3 at level 3.
And Oxyale out of Marsh.
So that Marsh is very required today.
Not necessarily. You can Brack Kraken 2. It's just a whole lot harder.
Yeah, I don't think that we would see any runner unless they lose a ton of time and need to absolutely gamble. I don't think you see anyone trying to wait for that Brack. I mean, we do have Exfer at level 2, which can at least make the chances a little bit better. But even with Exfer, you need the Exfer to hit if you want that to be a chance. And all the while Kraken 2 will be doing Kraken 2 things.
And I don't disagree with you on that. I'm simply pointing it out. And yes, bracking Kraken 2 is either a super cheeky play or it's a desperation play.
Yes, especially if you start getting later into the seed, running the race, and you know that all you need to do is not come in last. I know if I'm one of the runners here, I'm going to try to play it a little bit more on the safe side, because I don't want to gamble and lose. I just have to trust that making the safe plays will get me through faster than one person. Also,
That's true.
we did see Quake. That is up in Gaia at level 7.
Oof.
That is slot 2, and I am the worst at spell permission charts, so I'm not positive if that is promotion locked or not.
You are not the worst at spell permission charts, because you are not even the worst in the commentary booth at spell permission charts. So, because I'm here. Okay, it looks like Quake is promotion locked. Thank you, Classic Gamer, in the chat. And we have Shidell making the Ice Cave play.
Yeah, definitely a good play with that being incentivized. The question is, are we going to see Jay Shidell go for all of the trap tiles, or is he just in here to get the incentive item?
Or opening every chest. Because that is also a square on here.
Oh, so it is. Picking up the ribbon -2 up in Lefane for Demon Frog.
I thought it was ribbon +2.
I swear that was -2.
Yes, Math Girl, Apple is Ruby.
Okay, I am just getting caught by the restream, making it hard to read. Wote confirming it is +2.
That is one of our fun flags, where the ruby can turn into, in some cases, any mineral, any rock, any healthy food, any unhealthy food.
Yeah, personally, when I play, I set it to junk food only, because I know that Titan's not trying to eat a salad.
Salad? Oh, dang it, Bobby, salad is what food eats.
And it looks like Demon Frog resetting out of some Frost Wolves, so not sure how much. And I slept on it, but Luffy already taken out the wolves.
Gerwolves have glare.
Oh, that's not fun.
Luffy ran into a couple big packs of wolves and titans. So that made picking that one up real easy. And I can confirm Shidell is neither going for open every chest nor defeat every trap tile. Luffy is just going straight for the incentive chest. And probably an eye grind.
Yeah, definitely good to get those levels, especially if one of our runners wants to go bottom left, top right, or column 4. Hit level 40 on at least one character, you already want your black belt to get to 42 anyway, so the sooner you get that, the sooner you just take out anything else you run into.
And by the way, our bones have Dazzle, which is ugly, especially because our bones, that's a rod. That is a required item because you have to defeat level 1. Especially because our bones tend to come in large packs, so that Dazzle is awful.
Always a bad time, and the Wraiths wanting to just waste everyone's time with heal 1.
And Demon Frog is headed for ordeals.
It's definitely a good bet. Don't think we've seen Warp yet, so hopefully not gonna get trolled too much by these columns. getting the Zonk out of the way on the very first room.
And
It looks like Jay Scheidel already working on trying to get that thief to eat dirt, so it doesn't look like he's planning on taking the thief to 25 here. We know he will have to do it eventually.
yeah, he will have to do that.
And that thief is eating dirt, as is the thief's usual purpose in life.
Yeah. Yeah, thief without lock picking, thief is pretty much run and dirt nap Dan.
Yeah, and with lockpicking on 24 like we've got today, that's still... odds are you're going to find a key before you get to that point.
Yeah.
And we
Unless-
don't have anything that requires the key anyway. We're not requiring TFC, and we don't have any of those locations locked, so... or any of those locations incentivized, so the key is a nothing burger today. And Classic Gamer 76, I do agree promoting the thief and giving them a katana is a good play, but we're pretty much seeing our runners all committing to just taking a black belt to 42 and using the punch cannon to take out the game.
And that's TNT in ordeals.
And I am taking a look over on Luffy TV's screen, saw that he took the white D tile. Is he going to go for all of the trap tiles? It looks like he is.
It looks like it. May also do all the chests because that synergizes really well with the trap tiles.
Yeah, if you're doing all the trap tiles, I think you just do it anyway while you're there because you're not taking much more time.
And he finds a heal stick.
That is almost a useful item.
It is a vaguely useful item.
I will say I have had a couple of Topher runs where I've used a heal stick and a heal helm to just try to do whatever I could to keep my party alive when I was underprepared and had members with nothing to really do. Meanwhile, on the bottom left of the screen, Jay Scheidel has gotten comfy and has settled into the eye grind, now with 2 Light Warriors having eaten dirt, and it doesn't look like the Black Mage will be up too much longer.
We've got a Thor hammer.
Oh, and Luffy TV falling down before hitting the eye tile.
That floor is reversed. That floor got
it.
reversed, so muscle memory will do that.
Yeah, you hate to see it too. And getting to see the dazzle that you mentioned. Oh, Gerwolves with Fire 3.
Gerwolves. Spicy Gerwolves. That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, that is definitely a reset and try again. And now Luffy at the eye, probably going to see another eye grind, and I have a feeling that Demon Frog not far behind.
Yeah, I have a feeling Demon Frog is headed the same way, and that off. Oh yeah. Luffy's setting up. Looks like Luffy's setting up to grind Black Belt and Thief here.
I like the play here, just while you're already grinding, that way you don't have to worry about if you're going for any experience later in the run. And you don't need to take a walking grind through sea, don't have to worry about anything in Earth, just have the Thief already there.
I mean, you will have to do enough of a grind to get your Black Mage up to get... well, not necessarily.
Yeah, I believe
I think Luffy will. I think Luffy will do enough of a grind to get his Black Mage after promotion up to where he can get Quake charges for Lich 1.
Yeah, also, I do see from our tracker notes here, which shout out to our tracker Wote today, keeping us honest, that Brack is level 5 over in Melmond. That's in slot 4, so not promotion locked, so at least Bracking the Kraken does not require promoting.
Yes.
And Demon Frog also taking the Frosty tile, probably going for the
every trap tile and open every chest. Because why wouldn't you open every chest if you're already going and doing all the trap tiles?
I 100% agree with you.
It just makes sense. Thank you, Wote. He did not wind up defeating that trap tile. So he may not be doing the trap tile, may just be opening the chest.
Interesting. I mean, I suppose that is in column 2 and row 1, so if you're not trying to do either of those, that... And with Demon Frog being red, does that mean that Demon Frog is going for row 2?
I don't know. That's possible.
I mean, it does synergize well with the required row. That was actually one of the rows I would have thought of taking, because to defeat Kraken 1, if you're taking a 42 black belt, defeating Carry 2 3 times shouldn't be a huge deal.
Although Carry 2 can roll pretty bad. Oh, I will disagree with Classic Game with you on that, Classic Gamer. Column 2 does not look good. Because the Corneria to Corneria walk.
I mean, honestly, looking at this card, there's nothing here that I think is as bad as a lot of the cards that we've seen.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing that's as bad as... we've seen some really nasty cards through the pod stage.
And it looks like Luffy DV has hit the flag for opening every chest in Ice Cave. And there we go.
So has Demon Frog. And yes, the issue with Carry 2 3 times, as Classic Gamer points out, is not taking out the black belt, but taking out the support, like back rowing a black mage with fast, or back rowing your life caster.
It's a fair point. There is a bit of a risk, but I also think if Carry 2's not bad, that could be one of the faster ones, especially if you already have Garland boxing out of the way.
And that's valid.
I mean, definitely pretty much anything you go for is just a hedging on what you think is going to go the best for you.
Okay, check 3 Carry 2 floor chests. I didn't even know there were chests on Carry 2 floor.
That's because they are all linked chests aside from the incentive chest behind the red D tile, so...
No, Carry 2.
Oh, Carry 2. I read that wrong. I even heard you say it. I consistently read that square wrong every time. Yeah, my knowledge of the Topher chest is not great because I haven't seen any of those since I last casually played this game probably over a decade ago.
I have only ever seen one chest in Topher from when I played casually since... And that is the Massa chest on Tia floor. On
Yeah,
Tia
there
2.
are the two in the room with the loot plate, so at least
Oh,
those two.
yeah,
are
and
pretty
those.
And it looks like Luffy DB saying that it is about time for that thief to eat dirt. I think I saw up to 23 now.
And the rest is an easy enough walking grind.
Oh, absolutely. Even the Fiend refights will probably get you there if you really need it for 2 levels.
As long as the Fiends don't back row them.
Meanwhile, I'm seeing... I saw 35 or 36 for Jay Scheidel, and it looks like that is going to be enough for him to call the grind over.
And that is a disgusting undead tile roll.
Yeah, since he has not gone for all of the chests, there was a light axe in the bottom room of this floor. If he had that, that would make this a much more pleasant encounter.
Yeah. Very much agree. That would.
Meanwhile, Luffy DV and Demon Frog continuing to just take out as many eyes as they can find. And, looking at the size of this room, where did they even keep all of these? And why are the eyes just lining up one at a time to fight our runners?
Well, because we're using the vanilla spike tiles instead of the alternate spike tiles, so we don't get the 3-eye grind.
Also, this feels bad. Jay Scheidel getting a 9-pack of undead going through Ice Cave.
Yeah.
And I saw a ruse cast there. This is definitely a waste of time.
So let me mention that the other side of our race, in the other channel, we've got Pickles and Beer, Papa Ducks, Chanigan, and Budjumano. Those would be our other runners. On the other side, we have a TNT turn-in, and it's a Masamune, -4.
Oh, that's no fun. I mean, I guess you still give that to the ninja just so that it can do something.
Unless you find a katana.
True, but if you have a Masa and you have your black belt, you grinded up a black belt, which I guess I don't know for sure if they have that, then there's no reason to keep opening boxes. Also, I want to call out Wote in chat saying, it's the Eyes Cave. Of course there's plenty of eyes.
Ugh.
That's so bad. I love it.
So, we're about a half an hour into our race. I would like to remind everyone, please give these runners a follow. These runners they're great. They're great runners. They're a lot of fun. Also, you should join the Discord if you're interested in this. We have duckling derbies. We have new people joining all the time, and the duckling derby is a great way to get started. You too can rando with the duckling derby. They will go through how to do all of this, how to route all of the fun things. We've got people trying to put together mentor-mentee races where you have two-person teams, a runner and a mentor. It is a great and welcoming community.
I can't back that up any more possibly. I am a recent graduate of the Duckling program. I started playing this game last November, and with how good of a program we have for getting our new players up to speed, I am already in the booth after that amount of time. And having gone through a Duckling Derby, highly recommend it. A lot of fun to have with the randomizer, a lot of great people here. Also, I will call out, while we were talking about that, back in the game, Jay Scheidel picking up Cure 2 at level 6, getting the 5th HP restoring spell.
Awesome, thank you.
And picking up the crown up in Gaia.
So, also, you should give a follow to our tracker, Woat, our restreamer Math Girl, and my commentary partner Automata Habit. Who I believe has just muted herself.
I'm back.
Okay. Yes, I was commenting that people should follow our tracker and our restreamer and my commentary partner.
I'm not so sure about that last one here, but maybe they should give my commentary partner, DM Stewart, a follow. That is,
yeah, that undead tile can be pretty gross. Classic gamer. The other night we watched a runner. I forget what race it was because I've done a lot of commentary this week. But earlier this week we watched a runner lose an eye grind to that undead tile. Oh, off tile encounter. That was the off tile encounter.
Yeah, that was an off tile encounter right next to the eye.
Ooh, that's as bad. It was the same. I think it was the same undead pack though that you get at the tile.
Yeah, it was the same pack because I recall there was some debate as to whether it was off tile or if it was the damage or the spike tile. And here we've got Jay Scheidel picking up that bracket level 5.
So Scheidel is getting ready to bracken that Kraken.
Yep, and he does have the Oxyale, also translating the slab. Looks like Demon Frog up to 33 on his black belt. I think I saw 37 from Luffy. 41. I saw wrong. So we've just got a couple more eyes before Luffy is just ready to go. He settled in and said, you know what? If I'm taking the grind, I'm taking it all the way to 42.
And there he is.
I can't blame him.
No, I don't either.
Especially in a race that you don't need to win so much as you need to just not lose. Take the extra couple minutes to get that safety, and then just punch down everything in your way.
Yeah, get the safety, and one punch mode activated.
And of course, this being Final Fantasy 1, healing magic, not sophisticated enough to have healing magic hurt the undead, so those wraiths just wasting a lot of time casting heal for no reason.
And there's thunder on Tia 1. Scheidel heading into Hall of Dragons. And that's 10 for 674, and that'll do it for that Tia 1.
Yeah, always fun to just have to take a casual Tia fight in the Hall of Dragons, although with a leveled up black belt, not too scary there.
Yeah.
Luffy on the way out of Ice Cave, Demon Frog still fighting the Eye. And Jay Scheidel, our first runner on this restream to promote.
I did not see Visit Bahamut on the bingo board, so... Oh, there's Gasties. You take this encounter. Even if you've already done your grind, you take that encounter. because that is crazy ridiculous amounts of XP.
Yeah, and especially with your mages not being grinded up. And I believe that Shidell has not gotten the Thief to 25 yet. It looks like Luffy DV, the only one on our stream who has gotten there.
And thank you. I didn't notice that Tia 1 was a square on our bingo board, and I will remind Jay Shidell to please light that square.
Looks like ADR is already ahead of you on that. Got Luffy DV fighting some Ankylos. Looks like maybe trying to cast all of the elements on them?
Perhaps. Does Luffy have all the elements?
I don't know.
Luffy may be looking for steak and wings.
Oh, those actually do count as dinosaurs as well, so...
Ah.
That makes sense. I'm just sitting here thinking, why would you ever want to fight Ankylos?
Because it's dinosaurs.
Yep, and it's either defeat 4 different types or just 15 total. And at this point, rather than trying to track down the T-Rex, might be easier to just feast on whatever dinosaurs pop up.
And steak and wings is a good grind. It is a good XP grind.
Looks like Jay Shidell and Luffy DV have both gotten their 4 different wolves, or 15 total wolves.
Yes, because there is a big pack of gray wolves encounter quick off of the hard reset in Titans. There's like a 6 to 9 Gerwolf encounter right off the hard reset there.
And at this point, we have it all but confirmed that at least Luffy TV and Jay Shidell are both going for column 4 and row 4. Definitely good synergy with that. And now Demon Frog also getting his 15 wolves, getting some frost wolves over in Ice Cave. He is done with his grind. And now it's time to bring the party back to life.
There's a red Ankelo. And I am not keeping count on those.
Yeah, resetting out of a 4-pack of red Ankylos, because even with taking the second one.
Okay, because they rolled between 175 and 200 health, so they rolled low enough that it's not too terrible to...
Yeah, definitely can't stand up to that 13-17 that the black belt managed to swing for. Okay, it looks like Luffy is just resetting whenever they hit the black mage.
Yeah, Luffy's resetting out when they punched Black Mage dead.
And Demon Frog now already onto Earth 2.
Yeah, Quake being promotion locked at level 7 really de-incentivizes column 5.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I would be more willing to do it if the other rows were bad, but column 4 is pretty free.
Yeah, column 4 is pretty not terrible.
Yeah, especially when Ice Cave is an incentive and everyone's running a black belt, so you want to take the eye grind anyway? Luffy up, picking up some jewelry, grabbing those gold -4s. Not the gold rings you'd like to see, but the gold rings that you get.
Yeah. I mean, you'd like to see gold +5 or gold +4, but yeah, I mean, our restreamer Math Girl in the chat is pretty much right. Luffy pretty much just has to bracken the Kraken and kill Lich 1.
Yep, does also... Yeah, Luffy's the one who has the Thief at 25. Jay Chidel also in the same position of just needing to bracken the Kraken and hit Lich 1, and just needs to pick up those dinosaurs.
Yeah, and Luffy has not gone and done Marsh to get the rod yet. So
And he's
Luffy,
not going to find it in Ordeals here.
Nope. Luffy is not yet super green.
And checking our notes, because my memory is definitely not enough for it. Ordeals is just going to have the TNT. And I believe that just turned into a Masa -4, so...
Yeah.
Luffy doesn't know it, but right now he is just wasting his time. Meanwhile, Demon Frog already taking down Lich 1. Just had enough time to see that Lich 1 was there before Lich 1 wasn't there anymore.
Yep. That's One Punch mode activated. Because we love One Punch mode on the black belt.
Yeah, a couple of my early duckling seeds were showing the ducklings how to run black belts, and I definitely came to appreciate the simplicity.
Yeah. Grind up to level 42. Punch. And...
Oh, and there's our shop
key.
item.
That's a key as a shop item. And Demon Frog is...
And Demon Frog picked it up, possibly to get the extra 5% XP for the key item.
Oh, Demon Frog is not in go mode. Demon Frog needs the Oxy Ale. And he is going to... and is headed for Waterfall to find it.
Yeah,
Our Oxy Ale is in Marsh.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Waterfall yet.
We have not. Waterfall is...
And I don't think that Demon Frog has Exit or Warp. So... yeah, Warp is going to be level 7. Actually could have picked that up in OnRack, it looks
Canal.
like. And Exit rolled level 8.
It's Canal in Waterfall.
Oh, and Waterfall is reversed. That is always fun.
Is it yeah, it is just reversed. It's not proc gen.
I would almost rather proc gen, to be honest.
I would rather reverse than proc gen. Reverse, I still know where I'm going. And Luffy nopes right out of that massive -4.
Yeah, can't blame him there. Not worth the time to have that. And Luffy heading into Earth.
Which Earth 1 is reversed.
And looking at the tracker, Luffy also not in go mode, also needs to go to Marsh Cave to pick up that Oxy Ale.
Yep.
So that, for the runners on our stream, is a pretty significant advantage for Jay Scheidel. Because Luffy doesn't know where what he needs for go is. Jay Scheidel still needs the dinosaurs, but you know where to find those.
You know where to find dinosaurs. Oh.
I'm sure chat will correct me when I'm wrong here. Math Girl asking if they could Kraken 2 instead.
Yes.
They can. I want to say that's a 3 in 256, and I'm sure chat will let me know if I'm wrong.
I think it's more than 3 out of 256. but it's not great.
18 out of 256. Thank you for knowing those numbers, Classic Gamer 76. While it's a better chance, that's still not a chance that I want to go for. I'd rather just take the moment to run through Sea Shrine. We're 47 minutes in.
That's still only a 7% chance.
Yeah, if our runners are at the hour mark and don't have the Oxyale, then that might be time to start thinking, do I want to just try to hit Kraken 2 with Brack? But also with Brack rolling up at level 5, not getting a ton of casts, and having to go through that much of Topher to get a shot, if you don't get it, that is a huge time loss.
Yeah, you have a better chance of Kraken 2 mistaking black for white and back rowing your black mage.
Yeah. Or just, back rowing the white mage first and not having a white mage to fight anymore.
Yeah, or back rowing your white mage and then back rowing your black mage too. And
Demon Frog finding some kilos here and setting up shop to take those out.
And Luffy punches Lich 1, and as that should work.
It looks like these Ankylos are right off the power cycle, so I
think
Demon Frog is just settling in and saying, you know what, these are good enough, I don't want to go find the other dinosaurs.
Yeah, if you can get it right off the power cycle, I think that's probably the right play.
Especially with how quick that encounter is off of the power cycle as well. I think that's about 15 steps, if that.
Something like that. Luffy gets the key out of Onrak shop, and is going to go up and do Waterfall. Going to find out it's the canal, and is presumably going to start cursing Marsh. Because Marsh. Both Marsh and Ice required.
Yeah, and Classic Gamer 76 with a good observation here. An Ankylo grind. You don't see that every year. No,
you don't. It is a very uncommon grind because they tend to be real absorby.
Yeah, I forgot that those counted as a dinosaur for a second, and I was like, why is anyone fighting an Ankylo? Especially when I looked and saw that it didn't say wait, so they weren't unrunnable.
And Demon Frog is in Marsh. Yes, they also give terrible gold.
Yeah, looking at Demon Frog's tracker, it looks like that is the only incentive that he hadn't gotten so far, so...
And he gets that, he gets Oxyale, and then he goes and Brackens a Kraken, and he's off to Topher.
And I didn't see if he swung by the level 7 Black Magic shop in Onrak to pick up Warp, or if that's even learnable. If that's in the Black Mage learnable slot.
Yeah, the vanilla Ankylo is 1 gold.
I mean, times are hard for Ankylos. Just can't find any good paying jobs.
And no, Temper is the one that's Black Mage learnable.
And while we weren't looking, Kraken has been brackened by Jay Scheidel. And with that, he just needs some dinosaurs and he's ready to go.
And he knows exactly where to find them too.
Oh no, I'm misreading this. He also needs to take out Lich 1, and that thief still isn't 25 yet.
Yes.
He did not open every chest in Ice Cave, so... It looks like he's going to try to feed Lich some cake.
Delicious, delicious cake.
Because if you look at C5, he's got the Ghost Square locked or finished on the bottom right.
Yep.
Bought everything at the caravan, defeated Kraken 1.
And Demon Frog's got his Oxyel. He is set to go finish this. He is set to go Bracken a Kraken and go to Topher. Meanwhile, Luffy just picks up Oxyale, and Luffy is at that same spot. Go Bracken a Kraken and then hit Topher.
Yeah, they just have to hope the RNG is with them. Because if you can't get through with your initial allotment of Brax, that's a really unpleasant walk to have to go back through C to take your second shot. Not as bad as walking back to Kraken 2, but not a good time.
The really unpleasant one, and this might have been Luffy. This might have happened to Luffy this week. Not once, but twice having to make that walk back to Kraken 1.
Yeah, and that can always be the great equalizer. I know we did have a race earlier in the week where bracking a Kraken let one runner catch up on the other. I don't recall which race that was.
I don't recall which race it was. I was in the booth for that race. 3 times. Had to walk down to Kraken 1 3 times. Because the Brax did not hit.
And we've got a Kraken on screen for Demon Frog. Demon Frog has 5 Brax, and Kraken says, nope, no chance. Black Mage gets punched down.
Back row the Black Mage. Ouch.
I thought that he had 5 chances to brack. Kraken said he had 0.
And Sunflash in chat every time. Sounds like every time I try to insta-kill Kraken or Tia. Okay. That may have been me. That may have been me with the commentator curse there.
I am a very mixed commentator, though. I also give out blessings at times.
And yes, no one has yet finished.
And Jay Scheidel getting ready to try to feed Lich 1 some cake.
Yes, we have no finishers yet.
And Lich said, I don't want that cake now. I think I saw 2 more casts. Lich 1 turns it down a second time. Last cake before he has to walk all the way back through Earth.
And
Lich
that
decides
works.
It looks good enough to eat. And we have caked a Lich. And that is 2 bingos for Jay Scheidel, first on our stream to hit both bingos.
That is double bingo. That is a double anti-bingo for Jay Scheidel.
And now all that's left is to see what Topher has in store for us.
And my guess is that's going to be not pleasant. Into Topher at 56:15.
That's a good time. Meanwhile, we've got Luffy DV trying to bracken the Kraken. 2 bracks so far. 2 bracks shrugged off. 3 casts left to go. Kraken also up for Demon Frog.
Bracken! Luffy has brackened a Kraken.
And that is double bingo for Luffy.
And Demon Frog? Nothing yet.
Yep. 2 down. Kraken throwing out some ice 2. Brack number 3. Kraken says no. Kraken throwing a fire 2. Brack comes out.
Luffy is into Topher at 57 flat.
Also, I just want to point out for chat saying that I was giving a commentator's curse. Demon Frog's the one who decided to name the Black Mage casting Brack after me.
And no, that is
Apparently,
no.
I am not giving a blessing today.
That is a no for five tries Brack. Luffy is through the Phantom fight.
Not going for the validation chest? Don't blame him. What could he really want there? Unrunnable zombie Ds.
And Jay Scheidel is onto Earth Floor.
And they're taking a second to try to figure out what spell he's willing to waste to take out these annoying zombie Ds, probably hoping not to find more. Jay Scheidel already down to Earth Floor.
I would say the spell that I'd be willing to take on that is Punch. And Scheidel is on to Fire Floor. Lich 2 is apparently doing Lich things and being a complete and utter non-entity.
Yeah,
20 hits for 1,500 damage.
And that is carry 2 down. And that's why I said that square doesn't scare me too much. So a fun thing with our fun flags with the fun enemy names that I've noticed in the newer version of the randomizer in beta actually has Lich renamed to S.Bump. And Lich 2 living up to that name today.
And Luffy through S.Bump too.
There are a lot of new fun names that I have noticed when I've been playing some spring tournament flags.
I do like the fun names, like George.
Oh, absolutely. And Demon Frog gonna try some more times to get some Bracks on Kraken 1. Meanwhile, we've got Jay Scheidel on Kraken 2. Fast comes out. 20 hits, 1,925 damage on Kraken 2.
Oof.
Meanwhile, one Brack shrugged off by Kraken. Cast number 2, and Kraken 1 finally says
Kraken
that Demon Frog gets to keep playing the game.
And all 3 runners on here in
16 hits, 954 on Tia 2.
Ooh, Tia 2 is Absorby.
And that was after the fast came out. 15 hits, 1,168 damage. Meanwhile, Kraken 2, I believe, took out Luffy DV's White Mage, unless that was Carry 2 that took out the White Mage, but I'm pretty sure that was Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things.
Yeah, I would bet that would be Kraken 2 doing Kraken 2 things.
But honestly, at this point, with a black belt in the mid-40s, not too bad losing the White Mage there. Better
One
than
punch.
losing the Black Mage.
I mean, One Punch mode is active. You'll notice there are not usually encounters on Chaos Floor, but in these flags there are. Setting up the thief as a blade of armor. Sorry, ninja as a blade of armor.
At least getting the agility bump makes it a little harder to hit.
Oh!
And Bane comes out and takes out the Black Mage before Fast can come out, takes out the ninja. Invis 2 comes out, 9 hits for 699 damage. That's still some decent damage coming out. 2 hits, 262 through some evade, 500 and some damage onto Chaos from the second round.
Let's just...
And there goes the
White Mage.
And now we're just in Hold A and Pray. 9 hits for 994 damage, 372. Swirl comes out, down to 96 health, and that'll
do it. That'll do it. Scheidel. Jay Scheidel finishes... okay, off of our other race, Shanigan finished in first place with a time of 1 hour and 17 seconds. Scheidel in second, 101.31.
And Luffy DV on Chaos, and that is
Luffy
a dead
DV.
Chaos for Luffy DV.
Luffy DV in third, 101.55.
I believe Luffy moved the ribbon over to the Black Mage so that he could get that fast cast that was on Chaos, and that definitely came out in the clutch when that Bane came out and took down the Thief and the White Mage.
Yes.
So get your
we've got
GGs in chat for both of our runners here, Jay Scheidel and Luffy DV.
We've got 3 more spots available.
And we've got a speed bump on screen.
And Demon
We
Frog.
don't have a speed bump on screen anymore.
Demon Frog crushes the speed bump. GG to you, Scheidel.
Hey.
GG to you, Luffy.
Oh, hi. Stupid Oxyale.
Yes. So,
Stupid
Jay
Marsh
Scheidel,
Cave.
a little bit nervous there on the Chaos fight toward the end.
First round, Bane takes out half the party, yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
We actually-
what, Black Belt had like 80 health at the end of it? Oh my god.
We actually had a little different strategy between you and Luffy. Where you had, I believe, your ribbon on the White Mage. Luffy had it on the Black Mage and was able
didn't
to
have
get
a ribbon.
fast out. Oh, you didn't have a ribbon.
Yeah, all I had was cloth plus floor on everyone except for the Black Belt.
That is totally fair. Yeah, the ribbon was the slab turn-in over in Lefane.
Yeah.
Your early play to go into Marsh to pick up that Oxyale definitely paid dividends for you, as both of the other runners on our stream here last location that.
And
Yeah,
just
I
to
thought it might.
note, Demon Frog is setting up for Kraken 2.
Go, Demon. Get it done.
And Demon
And
Frog able to
there goes
get turn
Kraken
order and gets to keep a White Mage through Kraken 2. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, the Fiend refights weren't too crazy.
And there goes a fade. Fast goes off, and
15
There
hits,
goes the Tia 2.
1,519 damage to Tia 2, and Tia 2 can't stand up to that.
yes, Kraken 2 much nicer to Demon Frog than Kraken 1 was. I don't remember which race it was this week, but one of the races this week, someone had to do what Demon had to do in this race, and do the walk down to Kraken 1 3 times to bracken him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had to do that twice. It was horrible.
And Demon Frog into a chaos fight.
Yeah, Fade comes out for 148, 8 hits, 639 damage. S comes out. There's that Bane that we keep seeing, and the White Mage and the Black Mage both stay up.
And
Swirl
there's that
comes out.
swirl.
And there's 188 damage from Fade. 20 hits, 749 out of the Black Mage. Nuke does 133.
Yeah, I mean, Fade and Nuke at this point is chip damage.
Yeah, 18 hits,
And there we are.
1,157. And get your GGs in chat as our final runner on stream, Demon Frog, also getting through with
an official time of 105.35. Pickles and Beer in 5th with 105.47. That leaves us 1 more spot.
And we have 2 runners in the running for it.
Papa Ducks and Budgemano still going with one spot to play.
And you know that you've got some quality runners running when those are the 2 in contention for that last spot, because Budgemano and Papa Ducks, 2 very good runners. Also, we are now being joined in the booth by Demon Frog. GG, Demon Frog.
Kraken 1. Don't like Kraken 1.
But that Oxyale, though, Demon. I mean, right?
It took me 3 tries to get the Brack. First time, the Kraken back road, first round, my Black Mage didn't even get a chance. Second dive went 0 for 5 and took the third dive to finally get that Brack to stick.
Mm.
Kraken,
Yeah.
at the same time, your Demon Frog. Kraken said that Luffy could go on. Kraken said you couldn't.
Yeah, 105 with have to take 3 swings at Kraken. I'm pretty happy with that. But
Yeah. And I guess
RNG gonna RNG.
I guess I owe you an apology, Demon Frog, for not being able to land that bracket. I saw that your Black Mage was named Autumn. So, guess commentator's curse.
It happens.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, other than that, I felt pretty good about everything. I had, what was it, top left, bottom right as my backup if dinosaurs were going to be a pain in the butt, but they were on hard cycle right by ordeal, so that was pretty easy. Yeah, pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah, we actually had a comment in chat earlier. And Kilo Grind. That's not something you see every year. I believe that was Classic Gamer 76 who said that.
It was.
And Math Girl saying that Bajimano finishing in 6th, taking the final spot in our bracket. So while we don't have him on our restream, get your GGs in chat for that anyway. And then a question for any of our runners here. When did you pick what your second row was going to be?
I locked in on C4 pretty early. Like I said, I top left, bottom right, or even bottom left to top right, depending on where Quake landed was an option. C2 wasn't terrible, unless you needed tail for promotion. But C4, just like Wolves is a trapped island ice. Level 40 with a black belt is given. 15 dinosaurs is pretty easy, as long as you can find them. And the ice cave, you're grinding an ice anyway, so it was almost a free row.
See, I thought the same thing about C5. I had it picked before we started. The only wild card was Quake if it was behind Tail.
We both immediately gravitated towards C5 as a secondary bingo.
Like,
Yeah,
you already have
although-
to defeat Kraken. Yeah.
I would have probably eyed row 2 if I were running as well. Especially with how quickly carry 2 went down, I think it would have worked out, but then I was also reminded by chat that can get very risky.
Yeah, carry 2's stats are high enough that she can start getting really scary if she's punch carry. I agree the rest of the things on the that row are good, especially with Kraken 1 already needing to be done. But carry is where it starts to get a little dicey.
Yeah, anytime you get multiple Fiend refight required, it gets dicey. Lich, maybe not as much, but Carry 2, Kraken 2, Tia 2, very dicey. But what do I know? I stink at this.
I mean, even Lich, if they roll a first turn nasty skill, can just be such a resource drain that by the time you get to Chaos, you're running on empty. So even Lich, you have to kind of respect a little bit when you have to kill it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Lich is all fun and games until Lich comes out with a turn 1 nuke.
Or nuclear, or what have you.
Speaking of resource drain, did you see 26 heal pots when I got to Kraken? I forgot to buy new.
Oh, that always feels bad.
You had HP restoring spells. You were fine.
Yeah. I had 5 of them.
Heal 3 for days.
Ended up using Cure 4 a lot, because I didn't have that spell slot for anything else. Or not Cure 4, sorry, Cure 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What else can you use a level 7 spell for? Or 6, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so level 7 today actually had Temper and Warp, if anyone would have checked that in OnRack.
I saw that. I was trying to dig out Temper just in case, and it was promotion locked, and I said, yeah, no.
I
thought Temper was the one that wasn't promotion locked.
It's slot 1 on... Bizzle's going to be so mad at me. I think it's slot 1 on rack that is promotion locked, and slot 2 Gaia that is promotion locked. I'm gonna try to get that right one day.
Yeah, I'm terrible at permissions too.
We were actually here earlier debating which one of us is worse at knowing our permission charts.
I know level 1 and level 3 white, and that's it. Because that's the same. 1 and 3 are Red Mage learnable,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 is Red Wizard learnable.
And it looks like even chat not entirely sure about that level 7 promotion lock.
Classic Gamer's not sure. I don't feel too bad then.
What we do is I still have the seat up. Oh, I'm promoted. Doesn't help. Never mind.
Yeah, you needed to promote so that you could actually feed Lich some cake. How did that feel getting down to your last cake cast on Lich 1?
Well, the backup, and this was from the beginning, is go ahead and punch Lich down and then try for Lich 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't going to re-walk through Earth.
Let me, I'll check it. I'm going back to OnRack right now. I'm pretty sure it's promotion locked. If not, it's going to be like whatever, but...
Yeah, I mean, when Temper's at level 7, how much use are you really going to get out of it anyway?
yeah, I would have 3 shots of it. It's not really that much.
Yeah, my thought was if it hadn't been a rolled bingo, if it hadn't been a randomly assigned bingo for everyone, my first thought was column 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just awful.
Yeah, it is promotion locked, slot 1.
That's just awful to have Garland boxing, every spell, every element, and the Grand Tour of Inner Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, and then you got to have Rod get down to Lich. It's just annoying. You can do it.
Yep.
It's one of the few times that I would say you don't. It's one of the few times that I would not look at how many key items does the row require, just because that walk is so time consuming.
And I just want to, real quick, spoiler warning, Jay, Shy, and Luffy, I hate to say it,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are paired up for first round.
Are we really?
Yep. We got the bracket here. Shanigan, I'm taking on Shanigan. And that on the same arm of the bracket is Budgemano v. Lord Fizzlebeef. Bottom arm of the bracket, Pickles and Beer versus Shrimbabi, and Jay Shy versus Luffy.
All right.
20 seconds better is the best I'm going to do, so GG.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
We've done
Oh,
quite
yeah,
a
that
few
would be the 4 or
practices
5.
together, so it's it's like fighting my brother over here, but it's okay. We'll come out of it as friends. It'll be fine.
It was just so fun watching the 3 of us in that one pod, just going, okay, they're there. Okay, they've got to be done with their grind by now. Okay, we're...
I kept staring at the tiles, like looking at the thief tile, like who's gonna light that first? And then I saw the 40 tile get lit by Demon. I'm like, all right, his thief is down, but it's very close. So, all right.
I left my grind at 38, not really metagaming, but I'm like, okay, I've got to go get that thief up. I'll hit 40 in Hollow Dragons for the 25.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm sorry I had to remind you about the TO1 square.
TO1 wasn't even on my radar. I'm like, this enemy isn't giving me XP. I don't care. Reset. It's like, this isn't doing it.
But you did beat TO1 in Hollow Dragons, so
4 times.
So congratulations to all 3 of our runners moving on to the brackets.
GG's, guys.
Yeah.
That will certainly be some good FFR to watch going forward. And I do have one more question. With the person finishing last doesn't move on, did that change how any of you approach this run?
Yes, you definitely play a little bit more safe just to guarantee yourself in a in the bracket, but we still, with the way the seeding worked, you wanted to do as good as you could, but you definitely didn't have to take any silly gambles to, like you would in a 1v1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might have relied on the thief as a carry if it wasn't a big race. Fighter strength, it could have worked, but
Yeah, although the Massa rolling -4 would definitely have felt really bad for that.
But you did also have an X-Cal if you were willing to dig to find it.
Black belt with the the black belt had excal. The thief just had strength.
Mm. Black belt punches. That's all you need.
Yeah.
One punch mode activated.
Mm-hmm.
Which, let's be fair, you activate one punch mode. These flags tend to suggest black belt.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh yeah, especially when you have hit level 40 on one of the easiest throws on the bingo board. That just makes it all the more appealing because you want to do that if you run a black belt anyway. But with that said, I think that's all the questions that I have. I'm not sure if anyone else has any other questions here before we move on to final thoughts.
I think that's all I've got.
Well, in that case, just want to give our thanks out to our restreamer MathGirl, restreaming us here on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel, our tracker Woke for keeping us in the know, as well as for giving us our notes. Want to give thanks to all three of our runners here in the booth for putting on a great show here and giving us a really good race. Looking forward to seeing where we go from here. And we've got some links going out in chat. Definitely encourage everyone to go give a follow to our runners. Give a follow to our restreamer MathGirl, as well as my co-commentator here, DM Stewart.
Definitely give Wote, our tracker, a follow, and my co-commentator, Automata Habit, a follow. My final thoughts on this are: this was a great race. It was interesting to see how it was all going to work with the 7 runners going for 6 spots. The seed was fairly straightforward, it seemed. Other than having to dig for Quake and dig for Brack. And that'll do it. That'll do it for my thoughts.
Alright, normally I would say we'll hand the channel back over, but this is our own community channel, so I guess we don't have to give it back to anyone. But thank you to everyone for tuning in. And
join the Discord. Do the Duckling Derby in the summer. There's a spring tournament coming up. Keep an eye out for that.
If there is one thing that the veterans love in this community, it's teaching new runners how to beat them.
That is very true.
Can confirm. Very good people here.
Agreed.
So I guess that'll wrap it up for us. On behalf of Automata Habit and Wote and MathGirl and the rest of the FFR community, this is DM Stewart 1981 signing off.